Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Today one of the important topic dividend theories that we'll see. There are different theories. You know that every shareholder they expect something from the organization. One is always dividend from their shares and another one is growth of their shares. Dividend anyway they'll get. If already decided like preference shares, 12%, 15%, whatever is already decided, according to that they are going to get their dividend. If it is equity shares, after getting the profit, something will be given to the something will be kept for reserves or retained earnings, and rest of the profits will be distributed to the shareholders. Here every shareholders expect first thing is the dividend they expect proper smart dividend. If they get, they are happy. Second thing is that they expect capital gain. What is capital gain? Capital gain means growth in their shares. I have purchased the shares of 10,000. On 10,000, 10% I am getting dividend. 10% means it is 1,000 rupees. So this is dividend 1,000 rupees. Capital gain means on 10,000 some growth. Growth means my shares are increasing. My shares value are increasing. That is we say it as a capital gain. So every shareholder they expect these two things, dividend they want and also capital gain. Their shares must be increasing. But at the same time, when they are expecting dividend, every organization they must be very careful. Dividend we have to pay. How much to pay, when to pay, is it the right time? So this everything every management has to see. Management has to remember two aspects related to this dividend distribution. One thing is that they have to distribute the dividend. How much? When? Second thing is that while distributing dividend, they must take care of the financial position of the organization also. Is it in a good position or not? Tomorrow if uncertainty, inflation or any other market conditions are there, if we are going to fall under any kind of difficulties, crisis, then if everything is distributed tomorrow, what will happen? So that also they have to consider. Distributing the dividend and at the same time financial position of the organization. Both they have to consider, then after that distribute the dividend to the shareholders. Okay, are you getting it? Now dividend theories. Let's enter into the dividend theories. Dividend theories are two types of main theories. One is irrelevance theories and relevance theories. Irrelevance theory says that if you don't distribute the dividend also, doesn't make any difference in the valuation of the company firm. A company's valuation of the total assets, that doesn't make any difference if you don't pay the dividend also. That is why irrelevance, whether you are paying dividend or not, that doesn't make any difference. Don't pay, doesn't matter at all. Irrelevance theories. Whereas the opposite one, relevance theories are saying it's always better to pay the dividend. You better to pay the dividend. If you pay the dividend, that makes the difference. Where the satisfaction of the shareholders, they feel happy, I got dividend. Yes. And also at the same time, they'll spread the news and automatically value of the market, value of the shares in the market is going to increase. In general, okay, this is about relevance theories and irrelevance theories. Irrelevance and relevance theories. In general, let me know from your side. Should we pay the dividend to the shareholders? As a company manager, as a company directors, as a company total management point of view, most of the companies they don't feel like paying dividend. Rather than paying dividend, they wanted to focus on the growth of the organization. If there is a growth in the organization, automatically the value of the shares are going to increase. That's a capital gain for the shareholders. From the management point of view, do not want to pay the dividend much. Rather than that, let's focus on the organization activities. Let's increase the value of the shares. Now from the shareholders perspective, If I am a shareholder, what do I expect? Most of the shareholders will expect the dividend, but at the same time they also expect the growth. Now shareholders attitude will be sometimes like, okay, if they don't pay the dividend, that doesn't matter, but let me have growth in the shares, means that is capital gain they are expecting. So this is the attitude of management and shareholders. Anyway, we are not going to talk about the attitude, just general, just for our understanding I just spoke about this. Now let's talk about only the irrelevance theories and relevance theories. Irrelevance theories once again divided into two parts. One is residual theory, and theory. Theory means Modigliani-Miller theory. Approach we have seen even in capital structure also, right? Here also theory is there. Residual theory, theory. These both are irrelevance theories. Irrelevance theories means it is saying that if you don't pay the dividend also doesn't matter in the valuation of the company. Company shares when you value, it doesn't make any difference. Don't pay, doesn't matter. This is what saying. Now under this, these two theories, residual and theory. Second one is that relevance theories. You know that relevance theory means it always suggests the management to pay the dividend. If you pay the dividend, there will be a satisfaction. There will be a value in the market value of the shares will increase in the market. So this is what saying by the relevance. In relevance theories, we have once again two theories. One is Walter's model, Gordon's model. Walter's model, Gordon model. Both the models are saying that to give the dividend. They always recommend it. Now please remember these two are very important for the practical point of view. We'll have formulas, we'll have practical problems also based on these two theories. So this will be seeing in the next class. Right now let's focus on this only. So these two theories, practicals, problems we have, formulas we have. Okay. Now these two theories, that is residual theory, theory. These two are just to understand what they are saying. Why they are saying if you don't distribute the dividend also, that doesn't make any difference in the valuation of the firm. So why they are saying it? Let's focus on that. First one, residual theory, will focus on the residual theory. What is residual theory is saying here? Few points remember. Very clear, easy to understand. Dividend decisions has no effect in the market prices. Dividend decisions has no effect. If you don't pay the dividend also, that doesn't make any difference. So dividend decisions has no effect in the market prices of the shares, market price of the shares. Hence, it is irrelevant for the valuation of the firm. Understanding this point, dividend decisions has no effect in the market prices. Market price that doesn't make any difference. Hence, it is irrelevant for the valuation of the firm. When no difference, why it makes the difference in the valuation of the firm? Not at all. So this is the first point it is saying. So this point is reiterating, this point is supporting that dividend declaration is not required. And another point is saying that investors do not differentiate between dividends and capital gains. Investors, they don't mind whether it's a dividend or capital, they don't mind. If they get capital gain much also, they'll be happy. If dividend is not paid, capital gain is more, then they'll be happy. So that is what saying. Investors do not differentiate between the dividends and capital gains. As I gave you this example, dividend is not paid, but capital gain is increased. Say 10% it is increased. They'll be happy. Dividend is okay, but capital gain, my shares are increasing. So that is why second point is saying investors do not make any difference between the dividends and capital gain, whether they are getting capital gain or dividend, that doesn't make any difference, they are saying. And third point is that in case the firm has profitable investment opportunities, in case if the company is having profitable investment opportunities, in such case what happens, shareholders are ready to invest in the company itself only. Shareholders are ready to invest in the company. In such cases, you declare the dividend and ask them to reinvest it in the company, or otherwise directly in place of dividends, you issue them some shares. Are you getting this point? If company is in a profitable position, what is that profitable? Profitable investment opportunity position is there. On the contrary, if no profitable investment opportunities, in such cases, what to do? The investors would prefer to receive earnings. They prefer to receive earnings in the form of dividend. When the company is not in investment opportunities side, there is no such kind of offer is there, then investors feel that let me get my dividend at least. Investment opportunity is not there, then they expect this one. These 4 points if you follow, then residual theory is your perfect. And also remember, always residual theory is always saying that whether you are declaring the dividend or not doesn't make any difference, but if any extra lots of surplus is there, from that surplus a little bit you can pay. If you don't pay also, doesn't make any difference in the valuation of the company shares. So this is residual theory. Now coming to the theory, Modigliani-Miller theory. This is also irrelevance theories. It comes under the irrelevance theories only. And what is is saying? Modigliani-Miller person. Na? So what they are saying is here, the dividend policy has no effect on the market prices. Dividend policy has no effect on the market prices of the shares of the company and the valuation of the firm, whether you are paying dividend or not. So that doesn't make any difference in the prices of the market prices of the shares. Prices will be as it is. You are paying dividend, it means that the market prices are going to increase? No. If you are not paying, market price of the shares are decreasing. This is also not going to happen because market value is good. Company is having good demand in the market. In such case, that doesn't make any difference at all. This is first point in valuation of the firm. So dividend policy has no effect. Second point, market prices of the shares is determined by the earning capacity of the firm. Please remember this point. Market prices of the shares is determined by the earning capacity of the firm. How do you decide market price of the company? So they are saying that it depends on the earning capacity of the firm. Earning capacity means profits. More profits, more financially strong, then market value will be increasing. Or its investment policy. So market prices of the shares is determined by the earning capacity of the firm or investment policy. These two things are going to decide the market price. These two are going to decide the market price and not by the pattern of dividend distribution. Dividend distribution is not going to decide the market price. What is going to decide? Two factors: earning capacity of the firm and or otherwise investment policy. Earning capacity, investment policy. These two are going to decide the market price of the shares, not the dividend pattern. So this is also irrelevance theory. Strongly saying that distribution of dividend is not much, makes the difference in the valuation of the company shares. What makes the difference means earning capacity and also investment policy. So this is going to decide the market value of the company. Are you clear? So that's all about these two theories, irrelevance theories. If you understood irrelevance theories, next we'll go for relevance theories. First one is Walter's model. In depth we will see. Next, Gordon. Okay? Want to take screenshot? By the way, every subject, please remember, write a clearly notes and also refer your textbook. What is prescribed by your course? Whether you are doing CA, CS, BCom, BBA, MBA, whatever it may be, check out your notes also. Prepare final notes. It will be easy for you to refer before exams. Practice more problems. More books if you refer, you'll get more clarity also. Right? Basically, 80 to 90% I am covering, but not 100%. You have to refer more. Don't forget to share this video. Stay connected. In the next class, we'll see relevance theories, practical. Okay? and practice well. Good luck.